So, good morning, everyone. Earlier, we have completed the concepts of binomial and Poisson distribution. Now, we will solve the related sums for the same in exercise set B. So, let us begin with sum number 1. What is the standard deviation of the number of recoveries among 48 patients, and the probability of recovery is given to you is 0.75. रिकवरी का प्रोबेबिलिटी 0.75 है. सम नंबर 1 करेक्ट. पी दिया गया है हमें 0.75 रिकवरी, तो क्यू क्या हो जाएगा 1 माइनस पी, यानी कि 1 माइनस 0.75 यानी कि 0.25. और हमें पेशेंट्स कितने दिए गए हैं 48. Correct. Patients are how much? 48 patients. So n will be equal to 48. N will be equal to 48. So standard deviation बोला है. Standard deviation will be square root of n into p into q. So that will be square root of 48 into 0.75 into 0.25. Correct. So that turns out to be how much? 3. Anybody having any doubts in the first question? Question number 2 is already covered. Question number 3 is already covered. Question number 4 हम एक बार फिर से करते हैं, but it's covered. So solution number 4. X is a binomial variate with parameters 15 and 1/3. इसका मतलब n का वैल्यू दिया है 15 और हमें p का वैल्यू दिया है 1/3. पूछा है what will be the value of the mode in the distribution. तो मोड हम कैसे निकालते हैं? सबसे पहले n plus 1 into p. Correct. That is 15 plus 1 into p, that is 1/3. Correct. So this will be 16/3. What is going to be 16/3? It's 5.33. अब ये जो है हमें नॉन इंटीजर मिला है. अगर नॉन इंटीजर मिला है तो हम लोग क्या कंसीडर करते हैं? ओनली द इंटीजर पार्ट. सो आंसर इज 5. फिफ्थ इट्स ऑलरेडी कवर्ड. फिफ्थ यू हैव डन अर्लियर. So let me directly jump to sum number 6. What is the probability of getting 3 heads if 6 unbiased coins are tossed simultaneously? Okay. तो n का वैल्यू दिया है हमें 6. अभी हेड आने के चांसेस कितने होते हैं चाहे कितनी बार भी टॉस हो? हेड आने के चांसेस 50%, टेल आने के चांसेस भी 50%. बोला है 3 बार हेड आया है 6 में से. सो p of x will be equal to 3. So that will be 6c3 p to the power 3 q to the power 3. तो 6c3 क्या आएगा? 6 factorial upon 3 factorial and then 3 factorial. 6 into 5 into 4 divided by 6. So that turns out to be 20. So this will be 20 into 1/2 whole cube, and this is 1/2 whole cube. Correct. So that turns out to be how much? 2 to the power 6. Correct. So it is going to be 20 divided by 64. So 20 divided by 64, that will be 0.3125. So answer for 6 turns out to be C. So next question is question number 7. if the overall percentage of success in examination is 60, करेक्ट, ओवरऑल परसेंटेज दिया गया है 60, तो अगर सक्सेस की चांसेस 60 है तो लॉजिक सी बात है फेलियर के चांसेस कितने हो जाएंगे 40, सो दैट विल बी अगेन 40/100, यानी कि ये कितना आ जाएगा 0.4। बोला है व्हाट इज द प्रोबेबिलिटी दैट आउट ऑफ ए ग्रुप ऑफ 4 स्टूडेंट्स एटलीस्ट वन हैज पास्ड। एन का वैल्यू दिया गया है आपको 4, सो एटलीस्ट वन मतलब पी ऑफ एक्स ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू 1। सो या तो आप निकालेंगे पी ऑफ 1 प्लस पी ऑफ 2 प्लस पी ऑफ 3 प्लस पी ऑफ 4, या तो फिर आप क्या कर सकते हैं p of x greater than equal to 1 will be 1 minus p of x less than 1, यानी कि 1 minus p of x equal to 0, मतलब this will be 1 minus n दिया है 4, 4c 0, p raised to 0, q raised to 4 minus 0, so 1 minus 4c 0 is 1, p raised to 0 is 1, q is 0.4, 0.4 to the power 4. Correct. So you can quickly find the answer 1 minus 0.4 to the power 4, and according to me the answer turns out to be 0.9744. So our first 7 sums are completed. Let us move ahead for the next few sums. Say sum number 8. What is the probability of making 3 correct guesses in a true or false type question? Now observe again. Clearly बोला है true or false type question. Correct. So probability for getting an answer to be true will be 1/2. Probability of an answer to be false will be 1/2. और ऐसे कितने क्वेश्चंस उन्होंने पूछे हैं आपको 5। बोला है 3 सही जाने चाहिए, 5 में से 3 जो हैं वो सही जाने चाहिए। सो दे हैव आस्क्ड यू प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ गेटिंग 3 करेक्ट आंसर्स। सो वी नो द फॉर्मूला, इट इज NCX, that is 5C3 P to the power 3 Q to the power 5 minus 3, correct? So this is going to be 5C3 5 factorial upon 3 factorial and then 2 factorial, 1/2 to the power 3, 1/2 to the power 2. So this will be 5 into 4, 20/2, 10 into 1/2 to the power 5, that is 10 by 32. So 10 by 32, it turns out to be how much? 0.3125. 0.3125. So let's move ahead for the next question, that is 9th. If the standard deviation of the Poisson variate is 2, so if the standard deviation is 2, so variance is going to be 4, correct? Variance is going to be 4. So if variance is 4 in Poisson distribution, mean is equal to variance, करेक्ट। सो आई गॉट मीन इज इक्वल टू 4। अब आपको क्या बोला है, इट इज बिटवीन 1.5, इट इज बिटवीन 1.5 एंड 2.9। सो 1.5 और 2.9 के बीच में क्या आएगा, 2 आएगा, करेक्ट। सो वी विल क्विकली फाइंड P of 2. P of 2 will be e to the power minus m to the power 2 divided by 2 factorial, correct? So similar kind of work we have done this, correct? So it turns out to be 0.14 approximately, 0.146 approximately. So it should be D. It should be D. So let us move ahead for sum number 10. If the mean of the Poisson variable is 1, correct, mean of the Poisson variable is given to you is 1. So m given to you is 1, correct. So they have told what is the value if x takes at least 1. So we have studied this. Probability of at least 1 is 1 minus probability of none. So that will be 1 minus, it will be e to the power minus m to the power 0 upon 0 factorial. So this will be 1 minus e to the power minus 1, correct. Now carefully, so it should be 1 minus 0.3679. So the answer turns out to be 0.632, correct, and that is nothing but C, correct, that is nothing but C. Now sum number 11, it's a very interesting sum. They have given to you that the coefficient of variance, that is CV, is equal to 50. लेकिन हमने पहले स्टडी किया है CV की फॉर्मूला क्या होती है, स्टैंडर्ड डिविएशन अपॉन मीन इंटू 100 इज इक्वल टू 50. अभी मीन हमने क्या लेते हैं, हम लोग m से डिनोट करते हैं. तो अगर मीन m है तो स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन हो जाएगा स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ m अपॉन m इंटू 100 विच इज इक्वल टू 50. तो यहाँ से मुझे मिलेगा m टू द पावर माइनस m टू द पावर हाफ अपॉन m इज इक्वल टू 1/2. यहाँ से मुझे मिलेगा m टू द पावर माइनस हाफ इज इक्वल टू 1/2, यानी कि 1/m टू द पावर हाफ इज इक्वल टू 1/2, मतलब ये स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ 1/m है. स्क्वायरिंग ऑन बोथ दी साइड्स आई विल गेट, स्क्वायरिंग ऑन बोथ दी साइड्स आई एम गोइंग टू गेट दिस एज 1/4, करेक्ट. इधर ये 1/2 ही आएगा, इधर आ जाएगा 1/4. सो आई गॉट द वैल्यू ऑफ m एज 4, करेक्ट. m की वैल्यू हमें मिल गई 4. यस और नो, अभी भी किया है 1 अपॉन e टू द पावर 4. चेक करो जल्दी, बताओ क्या आंसर आता है. इज इट टर्निंग आउट टू बी 0.982? किसी को कोई डाउट है क्या? हमने सवेरे सीखा है e⁻⁻1 होता है 0.369, करेक्ट. जो भी आंसर आया इनटू 4 टाइम्स. एनी डाउट्स टू एनीवन? Any doubts to anyone? Okay. So this is going to be 0.9816. So the answer turns out to be B. Answer turns out to be B. So solution number 12. 1.5% of the product manufactured are to be defective. So P given to me is 1.5%, that is 1.5 by 100, that is going to turn out to be 0.015. ठीक है, P मिल गया. और हमें सैंपल कितना बोला है, 200 आइटम्स का, N दिया है 200. So M will be equal to N into P, that is going to be 200 into 0.015, correct. So that turns out to be how much, 3. M का वैल्यू मिल गया हमें 3. अब क्या बोला है, 0 डिफेक्टिव, it will be 0 defective. So they are asking P of 0. So e to the power minus 3 m to the power 0 upon 0 factorial, answer will be e to the power minus 3. So the answer turns out to be approximately 0.049. So I can consider it as A. 13th we have already done, and I think we got the answer as 2 according to me. I think we solved this earlier and we have got the answer to be as 2. So you all can just verify that we have covered this earlier. So sum number 14, 1% of an flight suffered some minor equipment failure. So P given to us is 1%, that is 1 by 100, that is 0.01. ठीक है, और फिर n दिया गया है हमें 100. So your mean will be n into p, that is 100 into 0.01. Can I say the value of m is going to be 1? The value of m is 1. Now I need to find what is the exactly two such failures. So they have told us to find exactly two such failure, means p of 2. So the formula is e to the power minus m, m to the power x upon x factorial, e to the power minus m, then m to the power x factorial, that turns out to be 2 divided by 2 factorial. So it is e to the power minus 1 by 2. Correct. So we have already found out e to the power minus 1, it is 0.3679 by 2. So the answer turns out to be approximately 0.184, exact half of this. So the answer is B. Sum number 15, f of 2 is equal to 3 times f of 4, और बोला है वेरिएंस फाइंड करने के लिए. f of 2 means e to the power minus m square upon 2 factorial is equal to 3 times f of 4 e to the power minus m to the power 4 upon 4 factorial. Correct. So e to the power minus m gets cancelled, square will get cancelled. तो आपको यहाँ पर बचेगा 1/2 इज इक्वल टू 3, इधर आ जाएगा m स्क्वायर बाय 24. करेक्ट. सो यहाँ से आपको क्या मिलेगा, 12 is equal to 3m square. So you will get 4 is equal to m square. So we'll get the value of m as 2. Get the value of m as 2. m can never be 0. हमने स्टडी किया है, m is greater than 0. e raised to minus m is also greater than 0. Let's move to set A. So before we begin discussing theory, there are certain things you need to read it by yourself. So this is the introduction part. We have completed this section, binomial and Poisson. Okay. So let me tell you what things you need to read it once. So the theory of binomial distribution, say these points. Point number 1, they are already been explained to you. Already explanation हो चुकी है. करेक्ट. पॉइंट 2, पॉइंट 3, फिर फंक्शन, ये सब चीज़ें हम कर चुके हैं. जैसे कि बायनोमियल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन इज ए बाय पैरामेट्रिक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, द मीन ऑफ द बायनोमियल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, talk about mode, it's already done. We have done certain sums. Variance is always less than mean, या मैं कहूँ mean is always greater than variance. The maximum value is 0 n by 4. So these things are already being covered. Additive property is also covered. An example related to additive property is done. You need to read the application, then solve example 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, then 5, Then another examples, say example number 7. Yes, you can do it. Expected value, expected frequencies. We have already covered 8, 9, 10 example already हो चुका है आपका. 9, 10 is already done. Then comes your Poisson distribution. In this, read these points at least 4 times. Okay. Then the sums related to this. Correct properties are already covered: unimodal, bimodal, mean, variance, additive property, Poisson approximation to binomial distribution. See, this we have done it. M is equal to NP. So if the number of n independent trials tends to infinity, the probability of success tends to 0. So we have done this. Even additive property is been covered. Then starts with the applications. You need to read the applications really strongly. You have questions on this. आपको पूछेंगे number of printing mistakes per page of a large book कौन सा distribution होगा, या number of demands per minute for healthcare center which distribution. Correct. Example number 17.11 it's covered. 17.12 it's covered. You need to just go through the property. 1.3 you have to try it by yourself. Example 1.4 यहाँ पर आपको बहुत लेंदी तरीके से दिए गए हैं, हमने इसको बहुत ही सिंप्लीफाइड वे में कवर कर लिया है ऑलरेडी. Example number 1.5 telephone calls, we have done this. 1.6 defective non defective already covered, the values are just changed. Then comes 1.7 you will try it by yourself. 1.8 example number 1 distribution. 17.18 and fitting a Poisson distribution. Then starts normal. Okay. Let's quickly solve these questions. When a coin is tossed 10 times, then we use which distribution? Everyone. When a coin is tossed 10 times, we use which distribution? Binomial. In binomial distribution, n का meaning क्या होता है? Binomial distribution में what is the meaning of n? Correct, number of trials. Binomial distribution is which type of distribution? Binomial distribution is which type of distribution? Discrete. Fourth, when there are fixed number of repeated trials of any experiment under identical conditions of which only one of the two mutually exclusive outcomes, success or failure, can result in each of the trial is called as dash, is called as binomial distribution. In binomial distribution, P denotes success. If P is equal to 0.5 and here it should be Q is equal to 0.5, then binomial distribution is symmetrical. P is larger than 0.5, so it's quite logical binomial distribution will be asymmetrical. What is the formula of mean of a binomial distribution? Mean of the binomial distribution is given as NP. Variance of the binomial distribution is given by variance of the binomial distribution given as N into P into Q. So the answer for 10th will be right. Now sum number 11 is already covered. Sum number 12. In binomial distribution, mean is greater than variance. Okay, option A. 13th. A standard deviation of a binomial distribution is root of NPQ. Correct. So 13 completed. Let us move ahead with the next set of questions. 14th. Dash distribution is the limiting form of binomial distribution. Dash distribution is the limiting form of a binomial distribution. It will be Poisson. When the number of trials is large, when the number of trials is large, and the probability of success is small, then we use which type of distribution? Everybody should know this. Everybody should know this. Correct? Next, when this is Poisson distribution. In Poisson distribution, probability of success is very close to dash. Probability of success is very close to dash, 0. In Poisson distribution, n into p is dash, finite. In dash distribution, mean is equal to variance. In dash distribution, mean is equal to variance. Poisson distribution. In Poisson distribution, mean is equal to dash. In Poisson distribution, mean is equal to dash, NP. In binomial distribution, standard deviation is equal to. In binomial distribution, standard deviation is equal to dash. Everyone, it is root of NPQ. Next, फॉर कंटिन्यूस इवेंट्स डैश डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. चलो भले हमने किया नहीं है लेकिन हमें ये पता है कि बाइनोमियल और पॉइसन डिस्क्रीट है और नॉर्मल क्या होता है? नॉर्मल कौन सा होता है? कंटिन्यूस. तो आई कैन डिस्कस दिस एमसीक्यू. करेक्ट. ऑल्सो पीडीएफ, प्रोबेबिलिटी डेंसिटी फंक्शन, अकॉर्डिंग टू द नॉलेज ऑफ प्रोबेबिलिटी, पीडीएफ किसमें यूज होता है? PDF is used in continuous random variable. PMF, PMF जो होता है वो किस में यूज होता है? Discrete random variable में. So sum number 23, probability density function is always, whether it is your probability mass function or it is your probability density function, it is always going to be greater than or equal to 0. It is always going to be greater than or equal to 0. Then next, for continuous random variables, probability of entire sample space is, अरे कंटिन्यूस हो या डिस्क्रीट हो, सैंपल स्पेस का प्रोबेबिलिटी क्या होता है? इट इज ऑलवेज 1. इट इज ऑलवेज 1. डिस्क्रीट के लिए भी इट विल ऑलवेज बी 1. ओके. 26, बाइनोमियल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन इज सिमेट्रिक इफ, binomial distribution is symmetric if P is equal to Q. The Poisson distribution tends to symmetrical when if the mean value is what? High. जब भी मेरा n का वैल्यू हाई होगा, सबसे ज्यादा होगा, उस दौरान. 27 sums done. Let's move ahead for 28. In binomial distribution, if n is infinitely large, the probability of occurrence of an event is close to dash. Everyone, in binomial distribution, it is close to 0. अब आपको पता है that p plus q is equal to what? 1. करेक्ट. p plus q equal to 1 है. अगर p 0 की तरफ बढ़ेगा तो q किसकी तरफ बढ़ेगा? 1 की तरफ बढ़ेगा. So our answer should be A. Our answer should be A. Correct. Next, sum number 42. Poisson distribution approaches normal distribution. Okay, we can solve this but not now. Let us go ahead for the next, say 44. 44 आप कर सकते हैं. Sum number 44. For discrete random variable, expected value E of x is the sum of product of, what is the formula of E of x? X into P of x. Correct. Yes or no? X into P of x. So that is going to be nothing but true. Correct. Next, which sum we can continue with? Sum number 48. Everybody agrees it is to be what? Always true. Next, sum number 49. In binomial distribution, parameters are dash and dash. In binomial distribution, parameters are dash and dash. N and P. No, N and P. 50 is done, 51, 52, 53. All these sums are already covered. These sums are already covered. Sum number 58, Poisson distribution is dash distribution. Poisson distribution is discrete. Next, the number of radioactive elements atom decaying in a given interval of time, interval of time यानी कि t comma dt, in the given interval of time कौन सा distribution use होता है? Radioactive elements याद करो, which distribution it is going to be? It is going to be Poisson distribution. Correct? It is going to be what? Poisson distribution. So we can go for three more sums. 71, 72, 73 are already covered. Correct? 74. The expected value of a constant is E of k. क्या होता था? E of k क्या होता था? Expected value of a constant. Properties of expected value याद है? E of xy क्या होता था? E of x into E of y. Expected value of x plus y क्या होता था? E of x plus E of y. Similarly, expected value of constant क्या था? Constant. Correct? So we will stop here. See you all in the next lecture. Have a great day ahead. Thank you.